Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shilda Ismail and you're watching Kini News. Pakatan Harapan ministers may not be feeling the best right now after the Prime Minister's brought up the possibility of a cabinet reshuffle.
With the possible cabinet reshuffle coming, reporters asked Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng today if he was worried about losing his job.
Tun has said just now that we are also reading it for the first time in the papers and he will discuss with us. So I think let's wait for that discussion to be made lah. It's not discussed with us. So I think why don't we follow what he said. Let him discuss with us.
Tapi DAP belum lah. Internally DAP belum discuss this matter.
I just read about it in the papers today kan.
You worry your finance minister kena chop ah?
So
Good question already.
So can we go to the next question?
Lim is the second Chinese Malaysian to helm the finance portfolio after the late MCA President Tan Siew Sin, who served from 1959 to 1974. However, detractors claimed that Lim was a powerless finance minister following the creation of the Economic Affairs Ministry, spearheaded by PKR Deputy President Azmin Ali. One of his chief critics, MCA President Wee Ka Siong, has described the DAP leader as a mere bookkeeper, since it was Azmin who wielded the real power.
Yesterday, Day One Rakyat couldn't even start because there weren't enough members of parliament present, as only 24 out of 222 were in their seats. Dr. Mahathir Mohamad heard about it and he's going to have a word with Harapan MPs about their attendance.
Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has criticised the behaviour of certain lawmakers for their failure to attend Day One Rakyat proceedings consistently.
Well, this is the second time there's not enough quorum. We'll have to talk to the members of parliament because they were very anxious to be candidates for election, but after having been elected, they're not behaving as if they really are serious about serving the people.
When quizzed on whether Day One Rakyat attendance will be taken into consideration in his decision to reshuffle cabinet, he gave a rather cryptic answer.
We are doing that already. That's up to me.
Yesterday's session was delayed due to a lack of quorum in the House because only 24 MPs were in their seats. It was only resumed after 28 MPs were present when the second summoning bell was rung for 3 minutes.
The stage is set for the PKR Youth Congress to take place on the 5th of December, but who will be officiating it? Wan Azizah or Azmin Ali? But what is certain is that Azmin's camp is mounting pressure.
PKR Youth Chief Akmal Nasser invited PKR advisor Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail to officiate the Wing's Congress instead of Azmin Ali. However, PKR Deputy Youth Chief Hilman Idham is insisting that tradition should be maintained by having the Deputy President officiated.
Seluruh pergerakan dan perwakilan AMK di peringkat nasional, cabang dan ranting akan digerakkan untuk mempertahankan tradisi dan konvensyen keadilan.
An invitation was initially sent to Azmin, but it was later rescinded. The move was opposed in a statement signed by 21 out of 25 elected members of the PKR Youth Central Committee, including Hilman. It's worth noting that Hilman is widely considered to be aligned with Azmin, while Akmal is on the side of party president Anwar Ibrahim. Meanwhile, Hilman said PKR Youth also supports Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's leadership.
Kami juga bermuafakat untuk mempertahankan kestabilan kerajaan persekutuan di bawah pimpinan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad daripada sebarang usaha atau langkah yang bertujuan untuk mengganggu gugat kedudukan serta peranan beliau sebagai Perdana Menteri Malaysia yang ke-7.
This comes after Mahathir was blamed for the coalition's poor showing at the Tanjung Piai by-election last Saturday.
The 1MDB final audit report tampering trial of Najib Abdul Razak and former 1MDB CEO K. Arul Kanda entered its 4th day at the Kuala Lumpur High Court.
The 5th prosecution witness National Audit Department Officer Nur Salwani Mohamad told the High Court that the then Auditor General Amrin Buang looked sad when he received the order to remove 3 issues from the 1MDB final audit report on the 24th of February 2016. In the meeting on the same day, attended by several people including Amrin, the then Chief Secretary to the government Ali Hamzah, and the then 1MDB CEO Arul Kandasamy, a decision was reached to remove several issues from the 1MDB final audit report, among them being the existence of two conflicting financial statements for 2014. Najib is accused of orchestrating the tampering of the Auditor General's report on 1MDB in 2016, and Arul Kanda is accused of abetting the crime. If found guilty, Najib can be jailed for up to 20 years and fined up to 10,000 ringgit. Arul faces the same penalties as Najib if convicted.
Well, Food Panda delivers food and Andy Hickson brought them some trash. That's a development to that story.
Food Panda has finally responded after Help University Arts and Communication faculty Dean Andy Hickson brought 6 large food delivery bags to their office in Kuala Lumpur on Monday. Andy found the bags at an illegal dump site near the Orang Asli Hospital in Jalan Gombak. In a statement to Malaysia Kini today, the company said that they have launched an investigation into the alleged illegal dumping of Food Panda delivery bags. They also added that they understand that the bigger issue is that these sites have been used as an illegal dumping ground for mass amounts of general waste for an extended period of time. Nonetheless, the company said it was committed to working with suppliers to dispose and recycle of their trash responsibly, and that it had, quote, upcoming sustainability efforts and commitments. It also said it would also provide full assistance to the relevant authorities to tackle the immediate problem at hand, while supporting any long-term initiatives.
Elections and goodies. You can't really separate the two, but according to the government, all the allocations and projects announced during the Tanjung PI by-election campaign period were decided before the by-election.
Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Liew View Keong, told Parliament today that no new projects were announced during the Tanjung PI campaign period.
Seperti yang berhormat sedia maklum, pada masa PLK campaign, tidak ada pengumuman projek yang telah pun diumumkan daripada mana-mana pihak, walaupun yang berhormat sendiri telah pun dilihat dalam video yang telah pun berjanji kepada pengundi di kawasan itu yang katanya nak bawa mereka pengundi kepada umrah.
Menteri, saya kena jelas. Saya cuma kata sebelum projek itu saya dah laksanakan semasa saya ahli parlimen, bukan janji itu.
The minister was responding to a question raised by the Tanjung PI MP himself, Wee Jack Seng. Previously, the government claimed that the goodies are either aid that needed immediate attention or coincidental allocations that have been approved before incumbent MP Dr. Mohamad Farid Rafiq passed away in late September.
Coming up next, a British royal linked to Jeffrey Epstein has decided to take a break after a PR nightmare of an interview. Toilets, we use them every day, but nobody put as much technology into them like Japanese. Don't go anywhere, all that and more coming up after this. While the world asked did Epstein kill himself, a British royal associated to the dead convicted sex offender has decided to take a break from public duties after an interview that can only be viewed as a PR disaster.
Britain's Prince Andrew stepped down from public duties on Wednesday, saying that the controversy surrounding his, quote, ill-judged association with the late United States financier Jeffrey Epstein had caused major disruption to the royal family's work. Andrew, who is Queen Elizabeth's second son, denies an allegation that he had sex with a 17-year-old girl procured for him by his friend Epstein, who allegedly killed himself in a United States prison in August while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The scandal has escalated since Andrew did an interview with BBC TV aired on Saturday.
You were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay. My judgment was probably coloured by my tendency to be too honourable.
The interview has drawn widespread criticism in the media, where many have said his explanations were unsatisfactory, while lawyers for Epstein's victims said the prince showed little sympathy for those abused. Andrew, widely reputed to be the favourite of the Queen's 3 sons, has been under scrutiny over his friendship with Epstein for several years. Now 8th in line to the throne, he quit as Britain's roving trade ambassador in 2011 after being lambasted for his links to the financier following Epstein's jailing in 2008 for child sex offences.
Well, imagine it's winter and the people in mountainous village is suddenly trapped in a natural disaster with no power and water for toilet pumps and nowhere to run wastewater. What would be a good solution? Toilet Tokyo exhibition hopes to answer this question.
Japan developed some of the most high-tech sewage solutions in the world thanks to frequent occurrence of earthquakes, mudslides and flooding in the country. Here is a sawdust toilet which does not require water or power to operate. While here is a well-designed portable toilet that can fit into a tiny truck, ready to be lugged anywhere. Despite its small size, this toilet can accommodate users aged between 9 months and 90 years old, with handles in reach of the handicapped and elderly, and even a place for workers to hang their helmets or hats when nature calls.
Malaysia's first interactive light art exhibition, Inyala 2019, is now taking place at Rex KL until 30th November. Let's take a look.
Inyala, Malaysia's first interactive light art exhibition, is happening now until 30th of November at Rex KL. Inyala's core objective is to be the platform which promotes new media art, an art form which is integrated with technology. The exhibition features 12 art installations from a mix of higher education institutions.
Our original idea is that we want people to come together to power up the outlet. We use electronic devices to plug into the cable we provided. The system inside that sends the current that's going in, then light will turn on, then the servo will move and the butterfly will move as well.
Our concept is inspired by Avatar. It's because that the people inside the planet is living in the forest. So the feeling is look like illusion and comfort. We want the ocean to stay calm and lighten up the forest will be find their true self.
Firstly, the user will wear a EEG headset. EEG headset will go towards our Arduino Mega, which will then process the data and transmit the code towards the light accordingly. So there will be 4 levels of lighting. So each level will represent the user's relaxation.
I would like to invite you all to Inyala in the whole month of November, only in Rex KL.
Here are several other news highlights from today. And that is all from us today. For more, log on to KiniTV.com. You can always follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Shilda. Thank you for watching. Well, before we go, we leave you with visuals of mosaic artwork created by an African artist using coffee ground and salt. Enjoy.